tents are still largely here. A lot of tents are still here. A lot of them have the canvas over them. So it was pretty cold. I was actually at shopping at a supermarket, and there was a guy sleeping at the entrance of the supermarket. He was shivering. So I thought there was something wrong with him. I asked him what's wrong, but he was actually shivering because it was so cold. He had to get out of the cold. Today I went shopping and I saw this guy. He was laying at the front of the supermarket. I won't say which one, but I thought something happened to him. Maybe he had a heart attack or something. Then I saw that he was chattering, like he was he was cold. So it's a street person. So I felt really bad. I thought there's something wrong. I asked him if he was okay, but I guess he was just cold. Had to come in from the cold. So some people can't find housing, and some people don't want to find housing. But this situation here is still pretty much tent city. So they have a canvas over them. So this is what it looks like. So some of my viewers ask me, how do people survive when there's snow? Well, there's snow right now, so I think it's pretty cold today. And then some people say the weather here is pretty mild, but we actually have snow here before Montreal. Montreal's on the east coast to get a lot of snow in the winter, but they haven't got snow today, from what I heard in the weather. So we've got snow already. So this is snow in the west coast, no snow in Montreal on the east coast. So they've been salting the roads down here. So it was snowing a bit more just before I got here. So snow slowed down a bit, but it is pretty cold for Vancouver standard. When I was young, I never wore gloves, but today I was gonna wear a pair of gloves because it was pretty cold. So now we're just head up to Hastings and Carroll. So by and large, tents are still here. I was here a few days ago, and tents are by and large the same. Less tents compared to maybe a month ago, but still quite a lot. Canucks fan, we lost today, 5-1. Another bad game for the Vancouver Canucks. I was going to watch the hockey game, but I didn't watch it. It's getting depressing, the hockey. More depressing than the weather here. 2 losses for the Vancouver Canucks, 5-1 each. I think these are hockey fans, Vancouver Canucks fans. After the loss, so the hockey rink is just to my left here, a couple blocks. It's another bad game. We've had a bad season so far. Really disappointing. Well, part of the reason is because we didn't do anything about the defense. So I think we could have traded a few forwards for some defensemen, but nothing was really done. So that's where the situation is at the Canucks. So we got a white Christmas. I think it's going to stop snowing before Christmas, but we have enough snow here. It's not gonna melt. I think we have enough snow to last us for Christmas time. So we've already got our second snow in this last week. We had another 2 previous snowfalls, but this one I would say is the coldest. So the tents are still here. So it's not super cold compared to the East Coast, but still we're talking about close to maybe 10 degrees below. So we have snow here for the second time in about 3 days, and they don't have snow in Montreal yet. Montreal's on the East Coast. So some of my viewers ask me, what do people do in the wintertime if they're living on the streets? Well, they're still here. Some people have found housing, but a lot of the tents are still here. So all these tents have more or less stayed. I was here a few days ago and they pretty well the same tents up here. It's hasn't really changed. So earlier I saw this one guy. He was actually laying down at the entrance of the supermarket inside. So I thought something happened to him, so I asked him what's wrong, but I found that he was shivering. So it was a street person. He had a shopping cart full of his goods, and then he was just lying on the floor shivering. And I don't know, he didn't hear me. I tried to ask him if I could help him out, see if anything's wrong. So he's just shivering. So I feel really bad because the people that actually stay here in the tents, they must be pretty cold. So it did feel pretty cold. Feel colder than 10 degrees below. Because usually when I was young, I never wore gloves, but today I wanted to get a pair of gloves. So now we're just turning into Chinatown. Just have a quick look here. So the government, the civic government under Ken Sims and the provincial premier David Eby, they're taking temporary measures right now to try to alleviate the housing situation. So there's supposed to be temporary housing in 2 locations, near Main Street and also near the Olympic Village, which is also close to Main Street. So that's supposed to be up by March. But in the meantime, we have the situation here for the winter, and people are still sleeping in tents on the street. I also saw this one guy with a sign. On the sign, he said he hitchhiked across Canada, and all he got was a piece of cardboard that he was holding. So that's what it said on the cardboard. The only thing he got after hitchhiking across Canada is a piece of cardboard, that he was holding. So it is a sad situation. You know, if I don't really think about it too much, I guess I like most people in the city here, become accustomed to this situation for the homeless people, whether they're homeless by choice or whether they're homeless because of their drug addiction or because of their poverty. So it's still a sad situation anyway you look at it. So I'm going to go down here, make a right turn, and so it's supposed to snow quite a bit overnight. So yesterday we had about 7 inches of snow. So today it's supposed to be in some areas over 10 inches. And in higher elevation it's even higher than that. But for the west coast here, we're not used to the snow. So the first time we had a snow a few days ago, a lot of people didn't have snow tires, and then the snow that we had, I think it was about 10 days ago, that was even worse. People took 10 or 11 hours to get home. Some of them even going a short distance, they couldn't get up the hill, get up hills. They were stuck for hours. And I heard some people actually gave them food because they were in the cars. And some of them took them in, I guess. Because we have some hills over here in Vancouver. So people, they can't climb the hills if they don't have snow tires. Turn the heat turn the heat back on because I'm getting icy. It's dangerous if somebody starts crossing the street. So I'm going to put the fogger back on. You see the tents right here. So this is our family association of Phone Society. Thanks for checking out my video. And please give me a thumbs up. And be sure to check out some of my other videos on this channel. And please subscribe. If you get a chance, check out my other channel, the award-winning Chinese cooking channel.